Hello, welcome. I didn't set this up ahead of time, so I'm making it looks okay. I think it's perfect. All right, well, welcome to yoga. Our final yoga session for the school year. If you don't know, I work in a school, and it's been a crazy school year, but it's also been the best school year. But it's coming to an end, so thank you to all of my teachers and everybody I work with. Thank you to my students. Thank you to everybody else too for taking the time for yourself to be here, to be with me. So we'll start seated on our mats, where we often find ourselves. We call this Sukhasana. But I like to offer any other place that feels good in your body. And to take that mindset and really do whatever you can with it to embrace it, if you're interested. Because yoga is never supposed to be something that makes you feel like there's an expectation. Like there's a way for a pose to look right, and like maybe in your mind's eye, what makes it look beautiful. But one of my favorite yoga teachers says this all the time. We make shapes to find ourselves, right? So yoga looks like all these shapes, but it's through these shapes that we find what we're really here for. So with that, I hope you might feel inclined to make your own shapes. Shapes don't look like mine. I hope that you love them even more because they're yours. So here we'll start on our mats. Shifting down into focus, attention, and concentration. For many of us, finding this place often starts right here in our bodies. Maybe it's that weight you feel in your sit bones. Flicker in the toes beneath your body. Maybe for you, if you're already there, it's in your breath. We notice these subtleties in our physical bodies. And sometimes when we focus, we find what we need. Optionally setting any kind of intention for yourself today. Maybe that's joy. Maybe it's peace or grace. For some of us, we come here to feel so strong. And you can pick anything. Because everything you need is here. In you. All in love. So here, maybe we start to feel that breath in the belly or the chest, wherever yours might be in this moment. And maybe you start to shift into control of the breath, into noticing what it takes to draw the breath all the way down into your belly. And for some of us, when we start to turn this focus inward, things already start to slow down. Here in this moment, creating a full Beautiful breath. Maybe long, full of space and grace. And embracing it as your own. A place you can return to anytime in your practice. And grounding feels so good, being right here, present in our bodies, connected to our mats. But most of us arrive here for a little bit of movement too. So maybe we'll start to draw those shoulders in and up with your first breath in. With your exhale, let the shoulders drop down the back. Feel that movement one more time. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears, mindfully. Exhale, fall down the back. How good it feels to move. And we'll allow our shoulders the same love, but we'll rotate the way we bring them up to the ears. First, draw the shoulders back, shoulder blades together, then the shoulders up. Drop them forward. Exhale. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades back, shoulders up to the ears. This exhale, let everything fall down off your shoulders onto your mat. We'll take those arms. We'll inhale to draw them out and up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, arms come up, reach up, maybe look up. And this time as we exhale, we'll let the left hand fall down towards the ground. The right hand reaches up. Keeping both sit bones grounded into your mat ever so gently. Find your stretch. Bend the elbow. Move into the side body. And breathe. One more breath. Inhale to rise, both arms up. Exhale, other side. Right hand drops. Left hand reaches over. Finding length before dipping in. Breathe here. Feel that whole belly. Whole chest. And next, inhale to rise. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, both hands forward, down on to the floor. Bit by bit, walking those fingertips away from you. And if as far as you get is only a few inches away from your body, then so be it. That's a perfect place to end up. But we reach. Maybe we relax. And we find the breath. Next breath in, walk those fingertips back towards your body. Maybe unwind exactly the same way you came in. Our practice Finding mindful movement from fingertips to toes. We'll make our way all the way down to tabletop, planting the hands down in front. Oh, forgot I had those on. And here we'll find ourselves in these strong and steady plates, where the fingers are spread wide, where the knees find themselves underneath the hips. We could spend our whole practice right here just noticing what it takes to hold you strong. But instead we'll find some movement. As we inhale, the right arm reaches out long in front. Maybe the bicep even comes somewhere near the ear. Option to exhale, left foot back. Inhale to push away from that mat. Feel yourself strong without needing to sink in. And next breath out, all the way down to the mat. Breathe here if you need. Maybe move the body side to side. Before transitioning to our left. Next breath in. The left arm reaches long in front. Exhale, option to take the right foot back. Inhale to push away from the mat. Exhale to stay. Be here and breathe. That same breath from the beginning of your practice, you can have that here. It's all yours. And all the way down to the mat. We'll move through some gentle cat-cows here in just a moment, but let's give our wrists just a break for a second. So sitting back on the heels, this isn't comfortable for you, feel free to come right up onto those knees. And here we'll pay attention to these places that hold us so strong in our practice. My personal favorites are just some wrist circles, but if you have your own, please take them now. Listening to what you need. Like maybe even taking those circles all the way up to the sky. And all the way back down. We'll find ourselves in tabletop yet again, getting there however you'd like. And we'll move into those sweet cat-cows to bring that curve to our spine. As we inhale, we drop the belly. The gaze shifts up. The heart opens. We exhale, we counter, we tuck the tailbone. Pull the belly in. Chin tuck. And the same movements here. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze shifts up. Exhale to round. With your own breath, with your own pace, breathe in. Move through the spine with your own intentions, your own inhales and exhales. We'll all meet back, tabletop. From here, we'll come back to a familiar place. We'll take the right arm and reach it long in front. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale to reach long. Exhale, draw knee to the elbow, pulling the belly in. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last inhale to reach long. You know what's next, all the way down to your mat. Sweet relief. Give yourself a breath, maybe a cat-cow. Just to feel, just to notice. And when we're ready, next breath in, left arm long. Exhale, option to take the right foot back. Inhale to push away from your mat. Grip it with the fingers. Exhale, drawing knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, long. Exhale, knee to elbow. And lastly, here we'll reach long. Ding fingertips to toes. And all the way down to your mat. I'm going to take one more cat-cow here. Feel free to join. If you'd like, we'll all make our way back to child's pose. Sending the hips down towards the heel. Sinking those fingertips towards the top of the mat. Maybe dropping the elbows or the forehead towards the ground. We'll be here for some deep, long and lengthening, beautiful breaths. Find your intention. Drop in to you. From here, we'll start to transition all the way back up to our tabletop. And letting those hands be just about a handprint further than they usually would, so that we can tuck our toes, send the shoulders over the wrists, and send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Welcoming here any kind of movement, maybe pedaling out the feet, bending into one knee, then the other. Feel free to sway the hips from side to side. Some of us call it wagging our tails, which I love, as the dog walks by. Oh, downward facing dog. A beautiful transition. And if you haven't yet found some stillness, I'll meet you right there so that we can walk towards the top of the mat together. And welcoming our first forward fold, we also welcome listening to our bodies, maybe adding that bend in the knees. We arrive here to let go of something if it's ready to be gone. Maybe that's the upper back, the shoulders, the neck, top of the head. Just feel it fall. There's no need to hold it here. And shake the head from side to side. Or take a great big bend in the knees, drawing chest towards the thigh. Option is yours. where you find your fold. Next, inhale, we'll come to halfway lift, the hands reaching for the legs. And in our halfway lifts, we find this strength through our stomachs, through the balance in our feet. Here we find ourselves long and strong, steady. Next, exhale to drop the body, forward fold. And inhale to reach and rise. Gaze shifts up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. And both feet planted in the ground. All 10 toes finding their home. We'll begin to move through our sun salutation. First, inhale, reach the hands up, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, long back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands on the mat and step all the way back to plank or kneeling plank with those knees on the ground. That's probably where I'll take it. Inhale. Exhale to bend at the elbows, chaturanga. The elbows even brush alongside the body as we lower down, a little different than a regular push-up. Inhaling up for that cobra. For many of us, just a baby cobra. Just opening the chest. Just opening your breath. And exhale to return back down to the mat. We'll tuck our toes and send our hips all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Again, using those knees, if you'd like, to help you there. Paddle out the feet. Step into your heels. Step into your intention. Here for yourself. And walking those feet towards the front of the mat. And when you're ready, we'll inhale for a halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Transition breath here, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands all the way back, plank or kneeling. Inhale at the top. Exhale, bend at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale up for your cobra. Any amount of back bend is fine, as long as it doesn't hurt. And then coming all the way back down, exhale. Find shoulder. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And make your way to the front of the mat, either with some small steps or a big one. Exhale if you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reach and rise. My favorite part. And exhale, hands down to the heart. Take your transition breath. Breathe in your deepest, all that you need. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale up for cobra. Maybe upward facing dog with knees off the ground. Exhale to lower all the way down unless you're an upward facing dog. Then you'll stay where you are and all of us will meet up and back and downward facing dog. Option to stay right there, or if you like, come down to your knees. Take them wide on your mat for a wide-legged child's pose. Really nice in the back, in the hips. For some of us, right? Yoga looks different for everyone. I think that's why it's so beautiful. And sometimes we feel like we could just stay here forever. If that's what's in your practice today, then I encourage you to do so. And for those of us who are ready to move, we'll safely push ourselves back up onto the hands. Take the knees back in a way that feels right for you. Make sure those wrists and hands are safe and steady, just a bit past under the shoulders as we move back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Hips up and down. From here, we'll move into some of our standing postures. We'll take the right leg and reach it up towards the sky. Or maybe if it doesn't come to the sky, that's okay too. Maybe it just reaches back, but you reach, we reach. And we exhale to draw it through between the hands. Nice. Option to take that back knee and lower it all the way down if you'd like. Or stay up on the knee. Or on the foot, and inhale. Inhale to rise. And making adjustments as you need, allowing that front knee to be over the front ankle. Allowing yourself some strength in the belly instead of a total back bend. Really feel yourself grow tall here. And take some breaths. Find your breath. From here, we drop down to the knee, both hands down to the mat, releasing the back toes so they lay flat on the ground. We'll keep the left hand planted inside of the foot and the right hand opens for a twist. Let that top shoulder guide you open. Let every fingertip reach and be part of your shape. Exhale to draw yourself all the way back down. Up onto the toes, breathe in. Maybe take that right foot all the way back up to the sky before downward facing dog. Breathe here. Same love, other side. Inhale, left foot reaches up and back. Exhale to sweep through between the hands or take those few steps to arrive. Option to lower down to the back knee and to release the toes. Or if you'd like, stay all the way up. Inhale to rise. Exhale to arrive. Checking in with your foundations. Front knee over front ankle. Hips parallel to the front of the mat. Option to take the hands down to the heart. One more inhale. Exhale, we'll all meet down on our mats, one hand on each side of the foot. Lowering down to that back knee, release the toes. Right hand stays grounded, planted strong. Inhale, left hand reaches up. Sink into the top of the back foot. All of the toes in the front. The fingertips gripping. And even the core helps hold you steady. Before coming all the way down to the mat. Up onto those back toes. We'll make our way to downward facing dog, maybe taking the left foot up with you and reaching down. We'll choose a resting pose here for a few breaths, either staying right here in downward facing dog or coming down to child's pose. 3 full breaths. Maybe more. Why put a number on it? Just breathe here. Who cares what rhythm or pace someone defines in a class? Really, it's just your own breath that matters. But maybe you can make it a little deeper, a little longer, a little more yours. Maybe here you found your intentions yet again. Maybe here you found your breath. Maybe here you found rest. And recognizing the beauty of finding balance. It's time to make our way back up into downward facing dog. The shoulders come over the wrists, up onto the toes. Hips come up and back. We'll make our way here into warrior two. We'll take those right toes and reach them up towards the sky. Exhaling to sneak through between the hands. Back foot turns out. And the feet, the front heel lines up with that back arch. And we pinwheel, we breathe in, we reach up, we arrive. The shoulders maybe fall down. And this is the part where you get to make it your own. So maybe you prefer to take a wider stance with the knee over the ankle. For some of us, warrior two is right here. Wherever you find yourself today. Know that that place is for you. Your next breath in, reach out, straighten the front leg. Look. Exhale to sink. Inhale to reach. Exhale, sink. Last round, inhale. Exhale. Strong and steady. Right where you land. From here, we'll reach all the way back up and we'll turn both feet towards the outer edge of the mat. And we'll do a wide-legged forward fold here. So for some of us, it feels better to have the toes pointed out a little bit. That's okay, as long as you feel strong and steady in those legs. For some of us, the hands reach the ground, maybe even coming down to the forearms. Mine never do. Just another way to open, to find length. If you're looking for strength, sometimes it's fun to take both arms and reach them out long in front with the long straight back. Really great work for the low back and the core. Next exhale, sink down. Beautifully done. Maybe sway here for another moment. We're making our way all the way back to warrior two. So if you'd like, come all the way up first. Front foot turns back towards your screen. Bend into the right knee. Inhale those arms up if they're not already there. Exhale to stay. Inhale to breathe. Exhale all the way down to your mat. Up onto the back toes. Downward facing dog. Maybe three-legged dog. Here. Moment to arrive. Your next inhale, reaching that left foot up towards the sky. Exhaling to sweep through between the hands. Back foot turns out. Toes reaching slightly forward. And inhale to pinwheel up. Option to keep those hands right at the heart. Finding some quiet, some steady, and calm. Next inhale, if they're not already, take the arms out wide. Exhale to stay. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the front leg. Exhale to sink. Inhale to reach. Take everything up. Exhale to sink into the knee. Inhale, reach up one more time. Exhale to sink. We'll take that wide-legged forward fold on the other side, bending or straightening through the leg. Both toes walk towards the outer edges of your mat. And we wide-legged forward fold. I've got a wall here, so I have to arrive here in a funny way, but It's fun to arrive here either way. So maybe taking that strengthening option here if you liked that on the other side, or if you want to try it out. Or maybe here, just stay. Let your hands fall or grab onto opposite elbows. See what it's like to let the head, the neck, the shoulders let go. See what that does. See if that's for you. All right, from here we'll come all the way up, however you need to get there. We'll come back into our warrior two. The front toes reach back towards the front of your mat or your screen. Next, exhale, both hands all the way down, up onto the back toes. We'll go into plank here and lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. And this is where we'll find our rest for a moment. If you're familiar with crocodile pose and you want to take that on one side and then the other, feel free. Otherwise, we'll just find ourselves here on our mats, letting the whole body have a chance to feel supported. Every single place that needs a home has one. Every single part of you is here. A few breaths in this place. And here we're going to make our way to seated. So maybe taking those hands underneath you and pushing yourself up and back on to your knees. Almost like you were going to push into a downward facing dog. Once you arrive on your knees, come all the way down onto the bottom, maybe in the middle of your mat. And here we will work on our seated postures. Seated postures are great for feeling grounded. They're great for feeling stable and steady and strong. In a flighty, fast-moving world, these are really, really blessings to arrive in these spaces, these seated postures. So right now I'm in Sukhasana, but we'll be transitioning to our butterfly pose. So with both feet together, find yourself a diamond shape with your legs. So maybe for you, that's with your feet really far out in front of you. For some of us, the heels come much closer to the body. And it doesn't really matter how much your knees are up or down. It's what feels good. It's what feels right. So you sit tall. Maybe the eyes gently close. Feeling the shoulders a bit heavier. The sit bones grounded into the mat. Ever so softly, start to add a forward fold. For some of us, keeping that back nice and straight if you'd like, or maybe just giving right into that full curve of the spine. And where you land is up to you. Breathe here. Be here. As we prepare to exit our pose, we give ourselves just as much attention and kindness to when we arrive. So take this in reverse ever so slowly as you come back to rise. Feeling the spine unwind on the way up. And here we'll keep that right leg bent. We'll let the left leg go out long in front. And then we'll take the right as well, step by step, bit by bit. For our long sit, Dhanurasana. Another place to feel your body connected to what's beneath you, what's around you, and what's within you. Option here if you'd like to stay right where you are. Or if interested, slowly walking the hands out towards the feet. Letting the body ease into a place that feels long, and length is immeasurable in these places because we all arrive there differently. We all measure ourselves, our strengths, our practice in different ways, and that's how it should be. What does this place mean to you? Breathe here. One more round of your breath. And inhale just as sweetly, mindfully controlled as when you arrive. Beautiful. We'll start to make our way down onto our mats, lying down here. So I like to do this in a few different ways. If you're just ready to crash down, do so gently. But if you'd like to take it with a little bit more effort, at least physical effort, we can move through both poses. Narasana. With the hands reaching. Maybe those knees are bent. Maybe your toes are even on the ground. Or for some of us, stretching into the full posture. Reaching up, keeping that openness through the top of the body, through the chest, through the heart. And slowly making your way all the way down. Sorry, kitty. So from here, it's really natural for most of us to want to take our knees in, and I encourage you to do so now. To pull them in with a gentle hug. Maybe to rock around, circles or side to side. Massaging the low back, the IT band. I didn't realize how much I needed that till I started doing it. Isn't that funny? Where our focus is. And here we come to yoga to define that focus. Pinpoint it into ways that are meaningful to us. If you haven't yet already, let those feet plant down onto the ground. And from here, we'll take our bridge pose. Take care of that pelvis to reset. Both hands down alongside the body, reaching towards the heels, fingertips gripping the mat. The forearms, the backs, the shoulders meet the mat, and the feet gripping here. As you're ready for your inhale, do so from your core, drawing up to reach, to open, and to breathe. Making adjustments if you need in the feet. Listen to your body. And find your breath. Breathe here. Before lowering all the way down to the mat. Option again to take knees into the chest if you'd like, or another really great end for your practice, a massage for the low back, is just rocking those knees side to side. And if you choose to do this, I'll offer some cues here. If you'd like to move your arms out to the side, we'll let our exhales have the right side. The knees fall to the right side of the body. The inhales will draw the knees back up, and the exhales, the knees go to the left side. So go ahead and follow that rhythm if you choose. Another opportunity to find your breath, to define your pace. Fall in love with what you're doing. You're doing it because you love it. Because you love yourself. We'll all meet back. Neutral position, feet planted on the ground. An option here for your last 3 breaths to take your choice of a restorative pose. For some of us, that's shoulder stand. I actually don't practice shoulder stand because of a neck injury, so I always advise to do it if you know how to do so strongly and safely. If you'd like here, I'll offer happy baby. So drawing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe reaching the feet up to the sky. Hands can grasp the outer edges. And it can be fun to rock around here if you'd like. But if you're interested in stillness, maybe see if you can sink that tailbone down to the mat. Wherever you are for your last few breaths. Be fully present. Keep breathing while I get my cat. I'm so sorry. We're just about to sink into our Shavasana anyway, so if you're not familiar with Shavasana, we find that down on our mat. Lying all the way down on the floor. So traditionally, Shavasana has a way to look, just like we talked about in the beginning of practice, or I talked about, you listened, maybe you talked back. But we'd like to know what those are. We let the palms fall out to the side. The palms are face up towards the ceiling. The shoulders are allowed to drop back to open that chest just a bit more. The feet can reach for the outer edges of the mat. Maybe the feet even fall out to the side. And we find our heads, the back of our heads resting on the ground here. And if you happen to feel your chin, extended a little bit, maybe your eyes feel like they're almost looking behind you, go ahead. You can even pick your head up and tuck the chin a little. Give your body that natural, long spine. And if your Shavasana looks anything different than this, you're doing it right. You're doing it for you. So in these virtual classes, I'll be here with you for the next few minutes for Shavasana. I'll welcome you back, and we can close our practice together. But if you choose to stay in Shavasana, if you feel like you need to linger there, please do. Let's practice this time. This is for you. Ever so gently begin to bring movement back into your body. Maybe finding flickers in the fingertips, the toes. We're inviting a big breath all the way back into your body. And taking all the time you need here to transition onto one side or the other, maybe resting your head on your arm as a pillow. Here we feel supported. Here we acknowledge our practice. And as we rise, as we transition, we know we can take our practice with us, even off the mat. Moving back and seated at your own pace. Maybe letting those eyes stay gently closed. Sitting tall. Shoulders heavy. Heart open. Our next inhale, we'll take the arms and we'll reach them up towards the sky. Exhale, hands down. To the heart. Bowing forward to your own self, your own greatness. Namaste. What a beautiful way to wrap up these videos together these past couple of months when we've been stuck at home. I'm truly grateful for this time with you. Be well.